Okay. Hi, everyone. I have a new setup, so if I'm looking in the wrong direction for a split second, it's because I'm trying to figure out the new layout. Got the new laptop, takes up a little bit more space, so I had to kind of rearrange things and I'm trying a new angle on the camera too to make sure that, you know, when I go to look at it closely myself, you'll still be able to see it. So I do go back and watch the live streams afterwards just to check and see what needs adjustments. So, all right, got the chat going. We already have people in there. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Now, I do have a hard stop around, let's say 1:30 the latest, because it's one of those days where there are many hats, and the hat that has to come on after this one is the mom chauffeur hat. So that's going to be a lot of fun later today. So let's see. I see Roll for Damage in there. We have Dirk, we have Chet, we have Sean, we have Alan, we have Guru. Hopefully I say that right. So hello everyone in the chat. If I didn't say your name, it's simply because I'm just looking over what I'm seeing in front of me on the chat right now. And let me know if you need the audio tweaked a little bit too. Like I said, everything's new, so I'm still playing around with things. Oh, hello, Don. Thank you for joining us. Now, today, and I've actually been really excited for this one because of the topic matter. This is a set that I received back in Origins when I was there for June, the 2018 one. Bumped into my friend. You see him on the Tabletop Crafters Guild, and he has his own group, John Smith, and he has the War in Christmas Village going on. And what I am doing from now through December, while I work on these guys, I'm going to be painting up these fantastic minis from War in Christmas Village. So we're going to first start with Santa. So this is our featured guest today, mini-wise, and I'm excited to get him painted up. He is freaking cool. You have your typical Santa. He's got his sack on his back with a little present, and there's even a teddy bear peeking out of there. However, he's carrying this awesome axe. So Santa's ready for battle. Let's put it that way. So I want to get him painted up. Now, what I did beforehand, and this is one of my speed painting tricks that I'll do, and the people at Muse who took my classes got to experience this. He's first primed all in black, and then I did a quick dry brushing of white just to enhance his features a little bit. So when I go back in, the colors I want to use, I won't need to put on a whole bunch of layers, but you'll still get that nice depth that you have for the minis details. So these are all really cool. So before I get started with him, I wanted to show you the others. This is one of those boxes where the lid is super duper tight, but I didn't dare leave the lid off because the furry critters have been taking interest in these for some reason. So this is what it's going to look like when you take it out of the box. It comes with 6 minis and a die for the game, but these are just some of the characters. And when I say characters, I mean characters. I mean, look at the cool details they have on this. This, I believe, is one of the elves, or it's no, this might be Krampus. This might be Krampus. Yeah, this is Krampus. So you get this nifty looking dude. And then we have, this is one of the snowmen, and oh my gosh, the snowman is a riot. He's got this huge shield, and he's just ready to go to battle. I mean, they're too much fun. So that's the snowman. There's another snowman. He's a little bit more of the rustic kind with his shield, just a slab of wood. Again, another huge axe. It's just too much fun. And then we have a Saint Nick. Here we go. He's got his bag full of presents. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that fabric detail. Yeah, this is a very cool set. And I actually have the link to the set in the description. And this is the reindeer. And this is going to be one that I'm going to be reluctant to paint, because if you know me well, you know I don't do well with zombies. It's a zombie reindeer. So yeah, they have, this is just one of the sets. They have other ones floating around now. There's a Gingerbread Man set, which I absolutely love. And let's see here, we had a few more people join us. We have Nathan, hello. Georgie, hello. Julio, hello. Let's see, Angel, hello. Sean, I think I already said hello to you. Marcus, hello. So hi everyone. So this is the set I received at Origins, and I am excited to get started on this. I'm one of those people where I tend not to pull out Christmas too early. So it's like, okay, middle of November, we're good. We can start working on these guys. So what we'll do at the end of this one is we'll vote on what'll be painted next from this set. But today, we're going to get started on Santa. Let me just catch up on the chat here. Okay, good. So sounds great. Wonderful. Thank you very much. Roll for damage. Oh, thank you, Georgie. Yeah, for those who may have missed the news, on Friday, Wylock and Scotty announced that I have been made the 5th Tabletop Crafters Guildmaster, and I am very much honored and excited by it, and just all the wonderful messages and everything I've been getting from people over the past few days have been amazing and wonderful, and you've all been so supportive and so receptive to it. It's just been wonderful. So thank you very much for that, everyone. All right, so let's get started on Santa Baby. I'm gonna obviously start with a red, and he's gonna be a nice vivid red because I thought it'd be fun. And so I'm gonna start with Vallejo's Gory Red. See, Gory Red. So we're gonna start with this one. Yeah, zombie deer, make it, trust me, it doesn't even need paint. It already looks a little grody on his own. So here we go with some red. And let me see, I'm gonna start with, I think, this paintbrush. So I'm using sort of this paintbrush that I have. It's sort of in between a fine point and flat. I just find it helps me out a little bit better when I start going. Yes, oh dear, oh the puns. Oh dear. So we'll get going with slapping some color on him. But yes, I had to forego the live stream last week because I was trying to get ready for Mace, and it was a crazy week. Hello, Overkill. Thank you for joining. All right, here we go. Now, obviously, I'm kind of giving him the traditional Santa red suit is the plan for him. And then, just check frame here. And then the sack, I'm going to go with a nice classic Christmassy green. I thought that would be a fun way to do it, as opposed to like a brown. I want to give it some color. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate it. So I'm hoping to get the base colors on here and then work on the highlighting, and I'll finish him up with a wash. Wash may have to happen after the stream, and as always, I'm going to post pictures of him on my Facebook page as well as my Twitter. So if you haven't liked and or followed, do make sure you do for those two so that you can see the final pictures of these guys, because I do like to share them when I can. But this is why I like to do this black primer white dry brushing technique, because you can kind of move through things a little bit more quickly and see the details a lot better too when it comes down to it. And I gotta say, those dwarf minis that Cripple God donated for the classes went over beautifully. And they have some really cool minis coming up, so if you haven't discovered Cripple God, get over there and check them out as well. But the people in the classes were absolutely wonderful. Some really good questions. A bunch of different levels of experience, which was very cool. Thanks again. So I actually, it's funny, I sat down and just basically got to work with instructing, and it felt like being back in the classroom. So for me, being able to do a class like that at a convention was definitely quite wonderful. And it was also nice to meet people and get faces put to names and things like that. I met a whole bunch of really cool people who, you know, I interact with both in my Facebook group and on Twitter and in the Tabletop Crafters Guild group. So it really was wonderful to connect that way, which I know I appreciated, Scotty appreciated, Bill did as well, as did Jim and Danny. So really it's, you know, as for next year, most of whether or not I can go back is going to depend on our schedule as a family. That's the tricky part. So I don't know. It's not a no. It's a please hold for if I'll go back for next year. I'd like to. It just has to be something I can swing and manage to get away for a little bit, because it definitely is something where, since I'm on all the time, I need to be sure that I'm not worrying about where, you know, the kiddos have run off to type of thing. But yeah, this Gory Red is a perfect base color here for Santa's suit. It's kind of that nice in between. It's not a super orangey red, it's also not a blue red. So I always hate it when it's like you get those Santas where they're so red they almost look orange. Yeah, those Crippled God minis are... Nope, did not airbrush prime him. Yeah, the Crippled God minis are really cool. And I don't know if you guys saw them. There was also the personalized ones that they made for me and Wylock and Scotty. And they all looked like they were truly our mini me's, as I started calling them. No, I did not airbrush him. I will airbrush groups of minis all at once, like the well, the Crippled God Dwarfs that I had to take into the class. I definitely airbrushed those because there's no way I was painting each and every one, priming it by hand. So yeah, I'll break out the airbrush for things like that, but not for something like this. Wasn't planning on doing a whole bunch. How long have I been painting minis? Minis themselves, a little over 2 years now, but I have been painting since I was like, I want to say 10 is when I first started getting instruction on how to paint. So painting is not a new technique for me. Scaling down to this size, about 2 years. All right, that takes care of the pants. Let's move on to his coat. But as you can see, he's got those great folds. And it's just a really sharp red. Really, the more you paint with minis, the more you'll learn on what to do. Because I know, Julio, you've been working on different things, and honestly, you have been working with more of the monster types, and those do tend to be a little bit easier for people to get started on. The character-based ones can be a little bit more tricky because, again, they have more of these little details like the belt and the fabric folds and everything like that. But don't be afraid to try working with them, because the more you do, the better it gets. I promise. It's amazing what a little bit of time and determination can do for you. If you hear weird noises, we have a strong wind coming through, so the howling is not the ghost I keep in the basement, it is the wind. I'm not going to be doing holiday music until after December, so hopefully you enjoy this nice and mellow guitar mix that I have going. I find it's good for painting. Alright, he's going to go upside down so I can get the angles better. And that's another thing to keep in mind when you're painting your minis. It's good to hold them at different angles so you can get into different nooks and crannies. And if this is your first time joining me, I paint on my hand all the time. It's just what I do. I feel it gives me the best guess as to how the paint's going to function once it gets onto the mini itself. And again, you don't want to go on too thickly with the paints, because then you're going to start hiding details. The universal joke is thin your paints, and there is some truth to that. You don't want to overload it. The more layers you put on, the more you're sort of filling in those gaps and those finer details, which you really don't want to do. Not if you can help it. Let me see here. Yeah, I'm going to flip them back. Where's the strap? There it is. I don't want to paint the strap red. That would be a pain in the butt to try and cover up. There we go. There we go. But yes, Mace was so much fun. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. And hello, San Diego. I just realized I didn't say hello to you. I answered your question, but didn't say hi. How rude. But Mace was really a great little convention. If you're one of those people who's hesitant to go to the larger ones like Gen Con, Gary Con, that type of thing, this one would be very much up your alley. I think they had, what did they say, about over 700 people showed up. But they had a whole bunch of different games, a whole bunch of different activities. The people there were all very lovely, very nice. So if you're looking to dip your toes in the convention pond, that might be a good one to start with if you're reluctant to do something of the bigger scale. You know, I liked that I did have a chance to meet people and chat with them, and didn't feel like it was so overwhelming you couldn't think type of scenario. So just something to keep in mind for next year. They do have another one called Mace West that's smaller, and that's happening in March. Fresh victim on his nose equals Rudolph. Yeah, that would be interesting. For the zombie reindeer, give him a red nose. Rudolph the zombie reindeer. That'll change the song up a little bit, wouldn't it? And the cool thing was I got to play both with Wylock and Scotty as DMs. It was actually really great to be playing with Bill as DM again, because we did something together back in June, and he's fantastic with the whole storytelling and connecting things together, so it was just nice to hear the approach he has again. And I got to play a Tabaxi, which I haven't played before. I haven't played a Tabaxi before, even though I'm the crazy cat lady, so I think my next character might have to be a Tabaxi. I'd love to, but too far away. Yeah, I know, it's not for everyone. Hello, Factoria Tabletop. Let me quickly read this. Thank you very much, appreciate that. Yes, don't stay up too late. I appreciate it when people show up and they're in like the otter time frames. Oh, that's a lovely look. It looks like I'm like gashing myself. No, but I really do appreciate it when you guys show up. And I mean, gosh, there's some people who have set alarms and everything. You go above and beyond to show up, which is why I try and say hello. If you sneak by me in the chat and I don't see you, my apologies. It is absolutely nothing at all personal. It's just, I didn't see you there. You snuck up on me. Rudolph has had enough of being excluded. Oh, I have a feeling if we get to painting that one, we're going to get some very punny responses. Let's put it that way. Now, I am trying to be careful here about not getting red where the white fur trim is because I don't want it to look pink. Red is very good about sneaking up underneath layers, so that's one of the colors you do want to be careful with. It's tenacious, especially, I mean, these colors are so nice and vibrant, so this gory red is a beautiful red, don't get me wrong, but it's very good at popping up and saying, hi, remember me? I was that. Oops! Yeah. 11 a.m. for some, just after noon for myself. Knock wood, I haven't gotten any con crud symptoms yet. I'm just still tired from it because we were running pretty much from before lunch until late at night. But it was fun. I was also making sure to take copious amounts of vitamin C throughout the day, which, cross my fingers, that has helped, and I plan to put to use for when I am at PAX Unplugged. That's another one I'll be at, and I have that workshop where I'm going to be doing some terrain scatter, forest terrain scatter, and that's at 11 a.m. Saturday morning. Now, the tickets are free, however, you do have to register for that, and I found out that it's already in high demand, so you need to be sure you get there at 9 a.m. in the morning when they put these tickets up for sale, for lack of a better word. But they want to make sure people get registered, and then they also have waiting list tickets. So that's the type of thing where you can get on the waiting list, and then if someone doesn't show, you can jump into your position and be able to join us. I like how we're getting the roll call of time zones. Check-in time. So I have that going on. And then Friday afternoon, 3 to 5, I will be painting a WICV mini with Realm Smith when they are doing their master classes at PAX. I don't know if that's going to be streamed or not. I do plan on at least recording my workshop and putting that up the next week in place of the craft video so you guys can see how that terrain was made. 2:16 p.m. Yes, other side of the world is for sure. And then Saturday afternoon, I'm going to be painting with Game Trade Media, sort of like their Happy Little Minis thing. I'll be painting another WizKids mini. Again, don't know which mini, but I'll be painting with Rick, and I am very much looking forward to that one because Rick and I will chat back and forth, but we haven't really had a chance to sit down face to face and just be able to paint a mini and talk. So a lot of fun stuff. That I'm pretty sure they do stream because they love to stream things. They're always getting things going. Take bees. That's mostly what energy drinks are. Bees and sugar. Yeah, I do better with vitamin C. I used to do that all the time when I was a teacher, like the whole airborne stuff. Good stuff. Like it a lot. I do take vitamin B's anyways, but it's the vitamin C that definitely kept me above water, so to speak. Alright, so I just have this one little spot left on his coat, and then we will move on to the, pardon me, the sack on the back. Let's get a little Dr. Seuss in here. The sack on the back. I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam I am. But yeah, if you have any questions while I'm doing this, whether it's about the painting of the mini or anything that's going to be happening with the channel in the near future, anything like that, by all means, ask away. It doesn't mean I'll answer every single question, depending on what the question might be asking. Let's see, have I seen Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep? It's a tabletop taken from Borderlands to... Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Have I seen it and like read into it type of thing? No. I am hearing things about that. and it's mostly like good stuff. So I'll have to set my reminder to see if anyone has that going at PAX so I can take a look. But yeah, it's funny you brought that one up. Oh, and his hat. Santa's red hat. Gotta make sure we get that. And then I will show you how he's looking with the red on. I'm actually trying to pull the paint sort of perpendicular to the actual lines of the folds, so I'm not putting a whole bunch of red paint into the creases. I just want to get the high points here, which seems to, so far, not wood, seems to be working. Now, I do have the live streams from this past weekend are still up, but they're unlisted. What I want to do when I have time, which is hopefully next week, I recorded them, so I plan on going back to the recordings and basically creating sort of an abridged edition of those streams so that people can see how the minis got painted between the dwarf and the base minis, because they're both really great mini set, or not sets, but minis. So for anyone who wants to see how it's done, that will be a good option for you. The live stream version, because I was actually using it mostly so that people who were attending could watch through their cell phones, because I was at this big conference table. So there were people like, you know, way down the line who of course weren't going to see what I was painting. We didn't have the option to hook up to a TV behind me as we had hoped. So this was sort of the compromise. So if you watch the unlisted live streams, which you can find through posts on Facebook, there are times where I'm stepping up and I'm away from the camera. You might hear me talking with people, but you're not going to see a lot, and that's, you know, usually for about a minute or so. So if you can't wait for the abridged editions, you could always do that. Play the video game. It's funny that you say, you know, kids making DMs. My oldest son, he actually does DM his own little homebrew that he has going, and it is a riot to listen to him and the things he comes up with. He's quite proud of his little, the Pokemon version. His little Pokemon homebrew. Okay, almost done with the hat here. Alright. I'm seeing red on Santa. So here we go. Here's Santa. He's starting to look like Santa with his red suit. And I look like I have done some serious harm to myself. Oh god, this is pretty funny. Hold on, let me just take some paper towel and fix this. Watch, my luck, I zoom out of the house because I get sidetracked doing other... Oh, that did not make anything better. This just... watch, I run out of the house and I forget to completely wash my hands today, and I have these gashes of red all over my hands. I'm gonna scare some parents and children later today. Especially with the ones, you know, Cub Scouts, you know, this is why I don't play with knives. Okay, so that's done. What I'm going to do now is move on to making the sack green. I'm actually going to do the base color in this scurvy green. There we go. From Vallejo. Again, all of this is Vallejo for now. We'll see how far we get with this dude. Couple drops. There we go. And I am going to knock over the mini. I am actually going to wash the brush too, because again, this red in general is one of those nefarious pigmentations that can kind of hang on and stay there, and the problem is if it's still stuck on the brush, you're going to muddy your next color. Well, see, that's just it. I love Halloween. In fact, I hate that Halloween is getting encroached upon by the fat man in the red suit. I swear, it's like, it's not even the week before Halloween and they're bringing out Christmas decorations in stores anymore. So for me, I already knew that this set was going to be my go-between from Halloween into Christmas, so I could still kind of carry through the creepy fantasticness that is Halloween, but nod to the holidays. So that's why I'm painting these guys for the next few live streams through the month of December. Just blame it on artist block. All right. Yeah, that brush is looking much better. So we're gonna take the scurvy green, and this is kind of like a dark teal green, but because I'm going to go back and highlight with a true holiday green, I wanted to give it some darker undertones. So I'm just gonna get this guy painted up. And right now it probably looks a little bit more blue than green, but trust me, it's going to look like a nice cheerful green. soon enough. But yes, if you want to find out more about this whole war in Christmas Village, get onto Facebook. There is a Facebook group for it. He has a page set up as well with lots of updates and information where you can go and check things out. But yeah, get on over there and see what's happening, especially like with the mini updates. There are some cool minis, I tell you. Really cool minis. Those gingerbread men, just second I saw them, they remind me kind of the gingerbread man from Shrek in terms of the whole like really cool candy details and everything like that. Oh, the Sanderson sister house is nearly done. Yay! Oh, I can't wait to see what you've done with that. Hey, better late than never finishing it. Keep that in mind. I have a couple projects that are still just kind of sitting there because it's not so much... Well, they weren't ones that I was planning on using for the channel anyways, but it's one of those things where I was like, let me try them, and then I was like, maybe not. I'm going to switch my brush to a little bit more of a fine tip because there's some nooks and crannies I need to get into without painting other pieces. So let me see if I can switch over to this guy. Alright, so I'm going to start using... there we go. I'm going to start using this guy for it, and this is Vallejo's #1 Torre. Hey, you never know what might take longer or what will be quick to get done. So what you get done is fine. What you don't get done, no pressure. This is one of those things where I'm trying to figure out the better angle here. Bear with me. Odd angles. Oh, there we go. Oh, now I can get to it. I am doing my best to keep the mini in line of the shot, but I gotta tell you, sometimes I need to bring these suckers closer so I can actually reach what I need to paint and see it. But we're chugging along. This will work. Alright, I'm gonna get around the opening of the shack. This really is cute though, with the teddy bear and the present sticking out. That's a fun detail. Yeah, you know, sometimes you can't always build to perfect scale. I'm a fan of eyeballing when needed or adjusting if needed, so that it makes a little bit more sense for what your build needs are. And that was something that I've been seeing lately, people asking, well, what do I do for this and what do I do for that? I totally get the wanting to have everything perfectly to scale, but unless you're making a historical diorama, don't make yourself nuts. If it looks right and you hold a mini up to it and it makes sense visually, go with that. Eatable. Haunted gingerbread house. Yeah, no, Don, I'm not going to be building a gingerbread house because that's not exactly what the channel is about. I'm supposed to make terrain that kind of holds up to being used, not tempting the players to eat it. Although Kelly might. If you're not on Twitter and you don't know who the Terra Muffins are, get on Twitter and do a hashtag search. You'll see what I mean by the whole Kelly might eat it. Running joke is I'll share work in progress photos with them and Kelly will inevitably say, "Can I eat it?" Especially when I have the flaming skulls because she thought those looked like cotton candy. Or rather, she was joking about it. She's not seriously going to. Okay, there we go. This nice darker green sack starting up, and I'm going to pull it up to a more holiday green tone when I go through and do a dry brush on it. How are we doing on time? Alright, so about an hour left max at this point. Because I gotta get some things done before I gotta run out of the house in an hour. After I'm done with this, I mean. And this live stream, as I've been having to do with all the live streams, it's going to go unlisted, but this evening when I get home and the kids are in bed and I have quiet time to think, I will go in and I'll get everything set up for this with information and links and relevant stuff like that, and then have it go public. So if you want to come back and watch it, you will still be able to watch it, but you have to go through Facebook and Twitter posts to get the link to find it. Let's see here. Hansel and Gretel, the witch eats you. You know, that really would be a cool homebrew kind of concept. That would be fun. All right, so what am I going to move on to now? I think I'm going to do the beard. And that I'm actually not going to go straight for a white because that's going to be our highlighting color. Instead, the hair and beard are going to be done in the Ghost Gray. It's a nice lighter gray. It doesn't have the pure white going for it. Because if you look at naturally white beards, they're not pure white. I mean, some Santa beards are. I'm talking about the natural ones that don't have the pure white to them. You know, wink and nod because I don't know if we have little ones watching. Okay. Now I'm not going to go too crazy in terms of heavy-handed here on him. I see this bird's like, where am I going to start? Okay, this is reminding me of Matthew Halstead right now. If you haven't discovered who Matthew is, go to Halstead Leather. Guy has got talent, and he was actually the winner of the chopped competition that we were judging at Mace. He made this amazing, like, castle keep tower type thing with this really cool feature when you lifted up the top. And he won a Ender 3D printer, which was donated by Danny from his group. It was just a cool weekend altogether. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Is that hair? Yes, that's hair there. Now I'm weird. I always tend to paint in the face last. It's just my way of doing things. You will find that there are people who go in and that's like the very first thing they will paint. I'm a big fan of do what seems to make the most sense and work best for you, for your minis. But by all means, you know, take a little here, take a little there from other people who are painting. Oops, I slipped. But that's easy enough to fix. All right, there we go. If you ever have a color go astray, if you just quickly clean your brush off with some water and then swipe it down. You have a great day too as well, Factoria Tabletop. Thank you for stopping in. Distributes baby Mimic boxes. They actually, no, he does have, there are Mimic gift boxes with this Warren Christmas Village line. So DCC, you better go check that out because they look really cool. I don't know if they're still in concept, but I'm pretty sure he was working on that. And they looked a lot of fun. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of hair in the back. There's just a wee bit, not a bunch. Okay. Okay, so here he is with his gray, light gray beard. And I'm going to do the fur work, and that's actually going to be the bone white. Yes, bone white instead of the pure white. But both the beard and the fur are going to be getting the white highlighting. Oh god, DCC, a boss that spawns ad constantly? Ooh, no. Yeah, the Mimics were a lot of fun to paint up, and those were definitely a popular one. A lot of people enjoyed watching that. So that's also the reason why I thought it'd be fun to do this set, because they kind of have that fun little creepy factor going on. It sure sounds... You do need to shop. This is totally up your alley. Go and check out Warren Christmas Village. He has stuff on Amazon. There's the link for this particular set in the description if you want to start with that one. Pardon me while I just shift some colors out of the way. The axe. Let me ask you a question. Alright, so what I'm going to do for the axe is... Oh no, not the axe. That's not what we're doing. We're doing the derp. I got distracted by the gift mimics. We're doing the fur trim. That's what we're working on. The fur. I must defer to the fur. He looks damn grumpy, this Santa? Well, yeah. His happy little North Pole home has been invaded. I'd be grumpy too. Now probably what I'll do, and depending on how far I get with all of this, I am going to do a black wash on him, just to bring out some details again. But that's going to be happening, and I won't do any highlighting with the lighter colors until after that's happened. Because what I don't want to do is go in to the highlights and then do the black wash, and there was no point because the lighter colors, they'll eat that up like crazy. More like a vampire Santa? No, it's not a vampire Santa. It's Santa, he's just pissed. He's got to protect the North Pole. And I'm purposely being vague about it because I want you to go and check this out. Because John's actually put in a lot of effort for getting a beta testing going, because it's an actual game, and all these other things. So if you're interested, go check out Warren Christmas Village on Facebook. Go to the group. Go to the group. Get a wealth of information. Someone on... Yeah, I'm not sure about those 3D... I mean, by all means, go ahead and use it. I'm one of those people where I actually like doing that stuff by hand. I just feel like it gets a better quality to it. But if it's something where you do need a quick build and you have do have access to a printer, then yeah, you can totally put those to use. You know, I'm just one of those gluttons for punishment. I like those individual size bricks and drawing them and all that jazz. I know it's goofy on my part, but there's just some things I get very sentimentally attached to doing, and that's one of them. I will glue on brick by brick by brick, as you have seen with the dice towers, just because I love the look of it in the end. Hello, Jake! How you doing, bud? What are we doing for tomorrow? I haven't said anything about tomorrow night because I don't know. So we are doing something on Jake's channel, Mini Terrain Domain, both on Twitch and YouTube at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, where we usually do Sunless Citadel, but because Scotty is still gallivanting around visiting family, we're going to be doing a one-shot. But I don't know what. So that's up to Jake. Jake can share that information in the chat. Oh, come here. Let me get that pom-pom. Santa's pom-pom. Yeah, I'm about to headbutt the camera. Whoops. Well, I do like this angle a lot better because I feel like I'm not pulling it nearly as much out of frame as I was in the last one. Yeah, that's just it, Nathan. For like the quicker things, by all means, jump into those. When I'm doing like a main showcase piece, I'm still like, let me do those little touches by hand, please. Just as a, I don't know, something about the end results. Oh yeah, the sleeves. Like I know yeah, the sleeves and the pants. The trim coat and pants, you know. Gotta keep yourself warm and fashionable all at the same time. I might have to switch to a more narrow brush though. This one's kind of testing the waters. There we go. Ta-da! Hello, John! Different John, not the John of Warren Christmas Village, but John from Dungeons and Glue Sticks, and he's definitely one who understands the brick by brick by brick obsession. Right, John? You'd have no idea what I'm talking about, doing bricks individually. Okay, he's going upside down so I can get this one little bit right there. Ta-da! These are fun. Yep. I'm telling you, many of us get very much attached to the doing by hand. I actually have a press from, it's initially for like cake decorating, but it's this press that does stonework, cobblestone work that I have used in the past for like quick steps and that type of build. Yeah, did someone say that? Never! Which, that was great, and it does come in handy. But I found that even after doing that, I did need to go back in when I wanted to use it for something that was more of a well-seen piece. I went back in and kind of went in by hand again just to deepen the grooves for when I really wanted the stonework to pop. I think of mass production like trying to crank out whole towns. Yeah. Yeah. The pain of your existence. Doesn't ship to Canada? It might be because it's an American Amazon link. I could always check. You know what? You could always, if you're not, oops, that was going to happen. Drop my brush, hit the camera. That might be something where you might need to reach out directly to him and find out the whys of it. And I will follow up on my end as well, and if need be, leave a little footnote about ordering. I'd be surprised if it didn't ship to Canada. I'll have to check with him. Alright, we're getting there with Santa. Oh, no, hold on. We have a little bit of fur that's in the back. Yeah, but see, that's how I like to do my bricks. I will cut every last brick and glue them on by hand. I'm just an absolute sucker for that result. I know it's time consuming, especially if it's like for like a big, like a bit of wall or something like that, or a house, not a house, a castle. I will do individual bricks, like cut them out and glue them on. That's sort of it's my thing. It's my torture. All right, let me get around the boot area of the pants, and I think we'll be done with the fur trim. Doodly-doo. I like how Jake got quiet. Jake, what are we doing Thursday? Let me know. Because I'm going to have to pull that together tomorrow morning if that's the case. If I don't know. Oops. Well, the boots I'm going to paint pretty much a flat black and then highlight them up, so I'm not too worried about getting a little bit on the boot right there. Trying to paint around the legs. That's always fun. And he's coming together. Just have that one last little bit left. I'm going to rinse my brush a little bit though. It's getting a little dry. For Albert's sake. There's the argument. We're closer to the North Pole. There you go. What was that? The pain for the love of the art? There's some sort of phrase and I'm forgetting the exact quote. Pain is art, art is pain. I don't know. Regardless, more often than not, I will be doing the hand cut bricks. It's just me. Oh, and the terrain. Speaking of terrain, both Bill and Scotty brought terrain for their games, and it was so much fun seeing what they made. Gorillas in their midst adventure. Oh, that would be fun. Just tell me what I need to make character-wise, and then we'll be good. Oh, did I skip over it? I'm sorry. I did not see it then. I will go back and look anon. Alright, nice. We're getting there. We're getting there. Alright, I'm going to switch over now to that charred brown, and I'm going to paint up the teddy bear, the axe, the strap on the sack, and keep plugging along. Alright, 12:43. Let me stop some time here. Someday I'll get around to painting up the other set of WICV. I'm tired. I'm still coming back. What does that stand for again? Oh, I can't recall what that stands for. I'm like literally going brain dead. Well, not literally, that would be figuratively going brain dead. All right, so here I'm going in with the charred brown. I'm actually going to paint the whole axe, even though I am going to give it metallic detail. The axe is getting everything brown from handle to the head of the axe. Yep, hold on. There we go. Oh, but yes, going back to Scotty and Bill's terrain builds. Scotty had this fun game where it was basically the concept is you're burrowing down into the center of the earth. Okay, I will check the messenger group. So yeah, he had these great layouts and he has this great way of creating terrain so it's easy to transport, which I'd seen him do before at Origins, but it was such a fun game and it was a great group of players. We all had, our characters had quirks and everyone jumped right into their quirks. It was, from the word go, we were the loudest group in the room, let's put it that way, but it was hysterical. And yes, there are pictures of me looking like I'm miserable, I know, but those pictures were also taken when I hadn't eaten the whole day, so I was running on fumes, and then finally my dinner worked its way into my system and I got the energy levels back. So, you know, the pictures later on I am smiling and having fun, but no, I had a lot of fun too, even though it may look contrary. So there's the axe. I'll brownify it up, and then I'm going to get the strap. Just rinse the brush a little bit here. Doodle-doo. Yes, hanging out with rock stars. Hey, Vincent, good to see you. Ooh, oh geez. You rest up and take care of yourself. That's not fun. Yeah, well, thank you for stopping in, Vincent. I do appreciate it, and I hope you're feeling better soon. Speedy recovery on that. Not fun at all. Surgeries are, oof. Not my favorite thing to go through. So take care of yourself. But yes, John was hanging out with rock stars because John is a rock star. For those of you who don't know, John's a drummer. And a good one. He will not brag about it. I will brag about it. He's a good drummer. I have seen videos. All right. I'm getting in here. You know what? Switching to a smaller brush. I wasn't sad. That was just it. I was exhausted. Everyone's like, you look so sad. I'm like, I am just so tired. I am like, the facial muscles were just, because I'd been smiling and bubbly all day, quite frankly. So I think my face was just exhausted from emoting emotions. But no, I wasn't sad. It really was. It was such a fun game. And I was so happy to play with everyone. And I was having fun. I promise. I promise I was. Really and truly. Alright, we got a little interesting angle for the strap up here. Hold on. Yoink. There we go. Alright, we got the axe. We're getting the strap. I need to get the teddy bear. Teddy bear, turn around. And of course I pulled that out of the shot. I am so sorry, but I needed to see it. Oh, God, it really is funny. Everyone was so weird. Like, why do you look sad? What's going on? I do have other settings besides cheerful. Oh, God. We had a whole bunch of pizza for that one night, but the second day we were all sort of divide and conquer mode. And the way my schedule worked, it was just, I didn't have a car, so I couldn't buzz out and get something for myself. So actually, my dear, dear friend, Eris, she ran out and she grabbed me a Chipotle burrito, and it was the best burrito I ever had. It tasted so good, and it did the trick. But yeah, that was just so funny to see after the fact. People were like, "You okay? Everything all right?" "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I promise. I'm fine. I'm just so tired and hungry." I don't get hangry. I get what would be sleepy and hungry put together. Hungry? Someone work on that one. What would be a good combination for sleepy and hungry? I get that. If I get hungry, I start getting tired. Alright. Getting our little friend teddy bear, which... let's re-angle that. There we go. It's always fun trying to get it when you have two bits of a mini really close to each other. So I need like one of those. My kids had a toy. Oh, trust me, my kids had some toys with songs where like afterwards you're like, that is creepy! Especially like those stand-and play toys. Oh my lord. We had one of those where when the battery would start to die, it actually could turn itself on. So that was always fun. It turned itself on and just start saying, you know, I like the color blue! But this is like at midnight and the kids are asleep and I'm the only one home, and yeah, that was The stuff of nightmares, for sure. Okay, so wee little teddy bear, and I mean wee. There he is, right there. Slungry! Yes! I get Slungry! That's perfect! I love it! I get so Slungry, it's bad. Alright, overkill for the win with that one. That's perfection. You know what, I missed a little bit of fur. God, how am I gonna get this? I'm gonna hold my breath, because that's really the only way I can control this the best. Oh no. Nope, got it right on the teddy bear. Damn it. See? You too can screw up your mini. Not really, I just gotta go back through and pull that off with some water. There we go. Sorry, Teddy. There we go. No harm, no foul. I'll just go back in with a little bit more brown once that's dried. I got too ambitious. Got too ambitious. Okay, so what else do I have left here? I have the belt and boots in black, the belt buckle in gold, and then I'll go and I'll do the, this I thought, it looks like a present, so I'm going to make that a fun little, this right here is a present, so I'm going to make that a fun little present of like a bright goldish yellow wrap. No, I'm trying to, I might disengage him from his base and put him on another base that I have that has more of a cobblestone look to it. And then kind of give it like a frosty cobblestone look. I thought that might be something fun to do. Especially when it's sleeting. You remember that one. When it's snowing and sleeting at the same time, it's sleeting. True story. Alright, so here we go with some black. How are we doing on time? 2 out of 51. We're fine. We're doing well. Alright. Forgive me, but I needed to. Okay. Classic black belt. I need a little bit more on my brush. I actually need some more black. There we go. Yeah, I tend to like to combine. Come on, you. There we go. Combine words together. Slungry is now going to be a thing for me. I'm slungry. Doodle-doo. He's looking like Santa. Yeah, definitely a little bit more of the black there. There we go. It's almost like that Snickers commercial. You're not you. Well, I'm not. I just don't turn into like one of those grumpy types. Be very, very careful. Put him on a desert theme base. Then I would have to make the coat look like sort of like a Hawaiian theme. That's the current weather here. Didn't know that. Yeah, okay, so it's Sneeding by Nathan. It's not the technical name, it's the term. How's that? Okay, so that's the belt. Let's get the boots. The black boots. Santa's boots. The other thing I might do for the base, if I decide not to go the cobblestone route, or actually might do it if I do the cobblestone, I have this awesome white sand that you can get at Dollar Tree. Looks like snow when you put it onto the bases because it's the fine grade sand for the floral stuff. It's in the floral section of Dollar Tree. But that might be another thing I might break out for his base work. Reach. Do. Now don't forget, if you have seen the Crafting Muse dice and you want the Crafting Muse dice, you will need to become either an attendee of PAX Unplugged, or I decided to open it up to patrons of 3+. So if you'd like to join my Patreon group and you chose to go with channel cheerleader and above, by December 15th is the cutoff date for this, you will be able to get a singular Crafting Muse die. So if that's something you really wanted, that's one way to get it if you're not going to be at PAX and you don't find me, type of thing. I have been getting requests though about possibly selling them, which I'm honestly going to have to look into, type of thing, after I'm done with PAX and I see what I have left over and everything like that. Is that a silver belt buckle? I think that might be. Alright. There's the boots, the belt. What do I have left? I just have... oh yeah, that little sack in the back. Sleigh bells ring. Oh, that could be a fun one to rewrite for this. Yeah, no, DCC, you missed that part of the conversation where I refused to do that until December 1st, and holding to that. Have you seen that cartoon where it's the turkey yelling at Santa? It's like, you know, back in line, fat guy, or something like that. Oh my god, I crack up every single time I see it, because I am that turkey. I am that turkey when it comes to Christmas time. It's like, no, please don't. Please don't encroach upon my fall and Halloween and Thanksgiving. I don't know, I like those holidays. I feel like we get, oops, that's a fuzzy. I feel like we get inundated with Christmas until like middle of January. Okay, there we go. So this one on the sack is the bronze flesh tone. It's just this tiny little sack, but I thought it'd be fun too. Killing bells, creepy bells. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, blood is glistening. That could be so much fun. Oh, and then Alan throws that one in. Deck the halls with parts of Molly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season. Oh my god, that was hysterical. Alright. Because I've got to turn him around a little bit. Here we go. So I'm basically just putting this around the wrapped present, but I'm going to go back in and give this gold, so it's like that shiny metallic gold type of wrapping paper. My damn sinker has already... oh god, no, not the trees, not yet. I mean, technically we have our Christmas trees up in our basement, but that's because it's just easier to store them fully upright and not have to worry about putting them together every single year. But those suckers are covered up until it's time to bring them upstairs. That is for sure. Alright. I'm gonna get quiet because I have to concentrate. Talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves, please. It's like that one little spot I want to get, but I don't want to hit the teddy bear again. Nah, I have, well, currently I have 3 cats. They're pretty good about leaving the tree alone. However, that might change this year, because on Friday we're getting a kitten, and she's freaking adorable. I love her already. Oh my god, she's just preciousness embodied. Hello, Joelle. Thank you for joining us. Yes, there's going to be a new little kitten in our home, in the Muse home. Her name is Rory, and she is just so damn cute. She's just... Don't want to eat her up, but I just want to squish her all day. So yeah, we're getting her Friday. And I know that our furry boys are going to be very excited because when John came out this time last year to adopt his little lady Maisie, my 2 boy kitties were quite depressed that their fun little kitten friend had to leave. Alright, so here he is. I'm just going to get some flesh tone on him, and then we'll go back over and do some dry brushing. I'll probably have to do the wash after this is done. There is a Krampus in the set. So yeah, there will be a Krampus. We're gonna have to vote and see who gets the next bit of attention. And then where did it go? I'm just gonna use this new flesh tone I picked up from Citadel. It's called Elderflesh. And the table that was there at Mace had a 3 for $5 deal going on, which was pretty darn sweet. I'm actually gonna move to a brush that has a slightly better tip though. Yeah, John has a John has a really cool way of making snow. Yeah, no, my cats don't do that. It's amazing what a can of pennies will do. Just the sound alone kind of drives them nuts and drives them away. Alright, so I'm going to take this elderflesh and I'm just going to go in. First I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to get Santa's face. Santa Claus. And I'd like to go on the record of saying that getting the kitten wasn't my idea. Has quite the belly, and yeah, so does Cotton. Jeez Louise. My little Cotton tot is no longer a tot. He is a massive boy. Boy, oh boy, did he get big. Angry Santa. There goes the paintbrush again. Alright, hang on. Let me get a little bit more. Getting a little bit more. We have tree pugs that will remedy any problem. What is it that they do to help a remedy? I'm almost afraid to ask. There we go. Need just a slight bit more paint on the point of the brush. Faces, yo. I'm painting a lot of minis with beards. I just realized that. It's like this is the dwarf all over again. I think that's his ear. Huh. That does not want to hold paint there. Alright. That gets his face some color. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Jeez. I'm going to move on to the hands. Hello, Bill. Yeah, gravity is tough on me today. I'm still tired. That's the problem. I'm so tired my hands are like, yeah, no, we're not going to hold on. You just want to go back to sleep, thank you. Do a very light coat of this flesh tone on the hands too. There we go. I'll probably have enough rest in a couple days, and then in a couple weeks I'll be going to PAX, and it's going to be rinse, repeat. I'm exhausted again. But it's well worth it. It's fun interacting with everyone. A certain animal. Woohoo! Yeah, John's gonna meet a sloth. I'm glad you guys are able to do that. Pictures are demanded, John. Not requested, demanded. Bring us pictures. The sloth gets to meet the sloth. I mean, come on, how cool is that? It's beginning to look a lot like Santa. Da, 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 dum. There you go, I'll just sing Christmas carols. I'll probably lose viewers. Defying gravity? I don't know. That'd be interesting. Hi, kitty. Said Hemingway. Pop in, we'll see. those flesh tones dry as I work on doing some dry brushing now. So I'm going to go in and I'm actually going to do the sack first, and then we'll do the red to start bringing those out. Ah, it's so cool you're meeting this sloth. That's going to be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so moving on to, I like to do dry brush with a nice flat. Of course, it's a white brush, so it's getting flared out. There we go. This is my tool of choice for doing dry brushing. I prefer it that way. Oh, she's already been dubbed the crafting muse, because she's just this tiny little cheeky girl. I love her. I love her already. I cannot wait. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in now with dark green for the highlighting, dry brushing of the sack to bring out those higher points of the folds of the fabric. That's the plan. That is the plan. Now last time I used this green, it squirted everywhere. Oh, I didn't this time. Thank God. Thank God. So much better. Yeah, I know what a Krampus is. Yes, I have a friend from high school who's obsessed with Krampus. I have known who Krampus is since I was a kid because of it. Yeah. Alright, so let's see here. That's what I thought. This brush is a little thirsty. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do is work up and against the folds of the fabric to highlight them, let the paint basically grab onto that part of the sack and not get into the nooks and crannies as I go around. Holy moly. Oh, I know why the paint's acting funny. It's because we have the heat on now. Things are drying faster. Yeah, there is a Krampus in the mini set. It was showcased earlier, in the very beginning. And you'll get to see it again when we decide who's going to be the next mini victim. Well, not victim. Alright, right now I'm just getting the edge of the sack with this green. I'm actually going to be a little bit more heavy-handed for the very edge work here. Do you want that to pop out a little more? Yoink. There we go. He's getting there. Just a little bit more. Okay. And there we have your classic holiday green. You see the sack. Let's see here what's going on the green D20 in my picture scroll. Oh yes, 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 yes. That is Kepri's logo die that he has going for his company. It's called the company's Kepri Creations, and he actually did a Kickstarter for these beautiful wooden reusable character sheets that are cut out with a laser cutter, and the design of it is just amazing. So go check out kepricreations.com and take a look at it. And I'm not sure if he has the die itself for sale. I think he does, but yeah, no, it's a really cool looking D20. Also another one that rolls really well. I got a couple of naturals on that one. And that has been a fun one to use in games. All right, now I'm gonna go on to the red suit, and for that I'm moving on to bloody red. Bloody red. Let's see, Joel has been working on the hills and cliffs of Model Railroad. Good for you. That's a lot of work. Yeah, painting minis is always fun. This one always needs a lot of shaking up too. And bloop. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to do this on the suit. But I am going to wash the brush because this green wants to hang on. It doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to rinse off in the water. Holiday green equals hangover skin tone. I don't know. I don't get the shade of green going. I just get whiter shade of pale. Ghostly pale. How's that? Alright, that's better. That's better. Now this is like a really bright, vivid red, which will look good. I look like I'm hurting myself. So you can see that this is a brighter red than the previous red, which will be a nice contrast, so to speak. All right, I'm going to start with, and I'm trying to be very light-handed with this. The trick now is also not to pull it into the cream fur trim. I'm not looking to paint the whole thing in this color. I'm looking to get the high points of these folds. Okay, so yeah, he has something in mind for those dice then. So keep an eye out for him. I remember him mentioning something about it. He's a really sweet guy. Very creative, very clever. He's gonna make some cool things for the accessory world, let's put it that way. Doodle-doo. Every so often you hold Sin, it looks like he should be walking across Abbey Road with the Beatles. Yeah. Yep. Good. Glad you saw that, Julio. I'm going to be quiet on this one because I am desperately trying not to bash up against the cream. I don't want to paint the cream, I want to paint the red. But I will say these pants have some really cool fold details. I'm such a sucker for fabric on minis. Fabric folds, scales, and feathers. Those are my... This is a tricky angle here. Bear with me. Yep, see? Little spot. Come out, come out. Alright, saved it. Whew. That's the hard part. I'm trying to get these all angles between the legs. Not a zombie Santa. Nope. Just a Santa Santa. There are other zombie critters though. It's the Mrs. Claus one I want to try and get a hold of too, because she is awesome looking. And John, Dungeons and Blue Sticks, he actually made her cottage. But here, this gives you an idea of what the difference is between... You can see the folds a lot more now with the red highlighting going in there. So that's the difference with what it does. Okay. Here we go. Next round, the coat. Sometimes the tiniest brush motion will give you what you need. Mini diorama. Ooh, waterfall. John, what were those other railroad ones that you've been watching since Nathan's been watching? I know you have some that you could suggest as well. John's come across some really cool ones and he'll share them with me, and of course I forget the names because I'm horrible with names like that. I don't know why my brain's like, it picks up the name and it's like, nope, not saving that, sorry. You'll remember vividly what you watched, you won't remember the name. Take space. look at that. There's so many fun folds in this suit. Santa. Oh, good for you, Alan. Have fun with your first building. There's like this notification on my computer that keeps making this popping sound. And like I said, this is a new computer, so I have no idea what program is making it, but I have got to figure it out because it's making me nuts. I already tried turning off certain sounds and that wasn't it. I don't want to turn off all notification sounds because some notifications I do want to hear. Alright, good. John and Nathan are chatting railroads. Okay. There's Santa looking all spiffified. Just need to get his hat and then we'll be done with the red. $116. Yeah, alright. I think what we're going to do is we will end up getting this red detail, and I'm going to stop here with him. What we can do next week is I'll keep going with finishing him up and then start painting the next mini in the voting roster, because I do want to make sure we have time to get these minis selected. So okay, that takes care of Santa for this one. So we've hit the point where I've been able to bring out the folds in the sack and the suit. And then next week I will finish going back in with some other colors to bring those out, give him his wash, and then we'll jump over to whomever we decide to paint next. So let me get those minis out again and you guys can holler which ones you would like to see. Alright, so here is the Krampus. He's like this cool looking guy. Got the horns and the fish and da-da-da-da-da. So here's our Krampus mini. And we have Wooden Shield Snowman. He's got this maniacal grin which cracks me up. Snowman with the axe and the slab of wood shield. He's another option. Then we have the other snowman with a big shield and hammer. Ooh, that was close. Almost dropped this one. Here's the Saint Nick. Again with the... Oh, come on. There we go. So he's another fun one. With all the folds and everything. And then we have the zombie deer, reindeer. So those are the other minis we have in this. So which one do you guys want to see painted up after we're done with good old Santa Claus? Type it in the comments. Let's see, who's going to be next up once I'm done with Santa? You guys get to decide. Ugh. God, that's creepy looking. I think I just get like that visceral, like, yeah, reaction to him. Oh, where do you live? Well, that's not where you live, not that much. So let's see here. Who are we gonna do next? Seeing one of which snowman? If you guys don't decide, then I'll just pick it out for you. Mwahaha. This is where Krampus lives. Where did you come from? Where did that guy come from? Oh wait, I know what I did. Except for the snowman one. Alright, so we have snowman, but not sure which one. We have zombie reindeer. We have Saint Nicholas. Krampus. Oh, hi, Dennis! Krampus. Oh, I'm seeing a trend. Krampus. 3 Krampus so far. 3 Krampi. Reindeer. 2 reindeer. Let's see. Come on, let's get those votes in. Snowman with a broken shield. Okay. Deer. Okay, so Krampus and deer are now tied. All right, so let's say it's now between Krampus and the reindeer. We're going to do between Krampus and the reindeer. Which one do you want to see? From this point on, Krampus or reindeer, put the vote in. And that's how we'll decide it. Who is going to win, Krampus or reindeer? I'm kind of hoping it's Krampus, because the Krampus one is pretty cool looking. It has nothing to do with my complete and utter aversion to zombies. None whatsoever. It has everything to do with the crazy full detail. And hello, Bruce. Yeah, people are coming out from the background to vote. I love it. If we don't get a decision soon. Yes, I love them. And I spell love L-A-O-T-H-E. I don't do well with them. Nope, snowmen are out. It's between Krampus and the reindeer now, because those are the ones that are getting the most activity. So out of those two, which ones do you guys want? Or I may just open it up to Twitter and do a poll there and on Facebook too. So we have another vote for a reindeer. You want to see me cringe through the whole stream. It's not going to be so much cringing as it'll be like, oh, gagging. And Krampus and reindeer. Okay, reindeer starting to take the lead. Now we're tied again. Now we're tied again. This is too funny. Krampus. Now Krampus is in the lead. Doodle-doot. Let's see. I'm giving you a couple more minutes as I'm washing my brushes. Little trick I will do with my brushes is put some of the cleaner on it and let them dry with it on there. It helps keep their shape a little bit better. Just a little bit. Krampus. Krampus for sure. Looks like Krampus is taking the lead. Aw, shucks. I'm just heartbroken. Just heartbroken. Alright, so I'm thinking we're looking at Krampus. Alright, Krampus will be the next one to go. So we will paint, well, I will paint. We will chat while I paint Krampus. And I will see you this time next week. Same place, same time, different date. Santa Mini and some of the Krampus Mini too. That's the plan for next week. Don't forget, tomorrow I will be on Scraticus doing the Argo 37, which is a lovely D&D and space themed game where I play Lieutenant Commander Elara Gibbous. And then tomorrow evening over on Mini Terrain Domain, both on YouTube and on Twitch, we're going to be doing a one-shot in place of Sunless Citadel because Scotty is still out of town. And so we're going to use the one-shot to sort of fill in the blank so people still have something fun to do since we won't be a full group. But that is pretty much it. And then Friday, the new tutorial will be coming out for crafting a farm silo. And I am hoping that next week I will get some glimmers of time to get the abridged tutorials from Mace up and available for people who want to be able to watch them and not have to have the in-between wait time. I was going around checking and seeing how the people at the class were doing. So that's kind of the game plan for now, folks. If you have any questions or if you need any additional information, just make sure to ask them in the comments below. Again, this is going to be on unlisted mode until I have a chance to sit down, fine-tune some things tonight, and then I'll make it go public again. Thank you so much, Dawn, for stopping in. I appreciate that. And same Muse time, same Muse channel. You got it, DCC. Thank you, everyone, for stopping by. It was great seeing so many of you in the chat again. I always love having these little moments just to sit and chat with each other for about an hour, hour and a half. And, oh yeah, if you are one of my patrons from $3 and up, we have a hangout Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, if you haven't seen the notice later. So, hopefully I see you there, too. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye!